Capital One account, how much cha-ching should you stash? Ever stare at your bank account balance, wondering, is this enough? Am I going to get hit with some surprise fee? Fear not, fellow financially curious friend. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Capital One accounts, specifically how much moolah you need to keep stashed away to avoid any unwanted surprises. Now, before we get down to brass tacks, let's talk about why this even matters. Think of your checking account as your financial base camp. It's where your money goes in, paychecks, and it's the launch pad for your daily spending, groceries, that fancy new gadget you don't really need. But unlike a real base camp, where you just pitch a tent, some checking accounts have these things called minimum balances. If you don't keep enough cash on hand, you might get smacked with a monthly fee, like a surprise troll under the bridge on your way to financial freedom. So, how much money do you actually need in your Capital One account? Buckle up, because here's the good news. Capital One's Rockstar checking account, the 360 checking, boasts no minimum balance requirement. That's right, you can keep $0 and 0 cents in there, and you won't owe them a dime in monthly fees. Pretty sweet deal, huh? But wait, there's more. Isn't there always? While there's no mandatory minimum, there might be some strategic reasons to keep some cash flowing in your account. Here's why. Overdraft protection. Let's face it, life happens. Maybe you miscalculated a grocery bill, or that fancy gadget turned out to be fancier than expected. An overdraft occurs when you spend more money than you have in your account. With 360 checking, you have a few options to deal with this. You can set up overdraft protection, which allows Capital One to transfer money from a linked savings account to cover the overdraft. This can be a lifesaver, but keep in mind there might be fees associated with it. Early access to paychecks. Who doesn't love getting paid a little early? With 360 checking, you can snag your paycheck up to 2 days sooner with direct deposit. This is a fantastic perk, but it only works if you have enough money in your account to cover your regular expenses until payday, the actual one, not the early one. Building a safety net. Life throws curveballs, and having a financial buffer can be a lifesaver. Even if there's no minimum balance requirement, keeping some extra cash in your checking account can act as a safety net for unexpected expenses. Car trouble? Emergency dentist visit? Having some savings readily available can help you weather the storm without scrambling. So, how much should you keep in your account? The truth is, it depends on your individual financial situation. Here are some things to consider. Your monthly bills. Figure out how much you spend on regular expenses like rent, utilities, groceries, etc. This will give you a baseline for how much you should keep on hand to avoid overdrafts. Your spending habits. Are you a compulsive online shopper, or do you stick to a strict budget? Knowing your spending tendencies will help you determine a safe buffer zone. Your income. The more money you bring in, the more flexibility you have with your checking account balance. Here's a quick and dirty breakdown to get you started. Minimalist approach. If you're a super saver with a separate emergency fund and a keen eye on your budget, keeping $0 in your checking account might work for you, with 360 checking, of course. Safety net strategy. Aim for a balance that covers your regular monthly expenses with a little wiggle room for unexpected costs. This could be anywhere from a few $100s to a couple thousand, depending on your lifestyle. Early paycheck perks. If you love the idea of getting paid early, make sure you have enough in your account to cover your bills until your actual payday arrives. Remember, this isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. The best balance for you will depend on your unique financial goals and habits. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.